The Dance Theatre of Harlem combined movement, melody, and history at the Motown Museum when they previewed some of the dance moves for their upcoming show at the Michigan Opera Theater.
All right, good. All right. Let's go now with just me not shouting. The premiere is a ballet to the music of Stevie Wonder. The title of it is Higher Ground, named after that great song by Stevie Wonder. And here we are in Studio A, where Stevie Wonder got his start. It is really quite remarkable to be in this space. I can smell the artistic intention and the artistic energy of the past years flooding forward and moving us forward into the future. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1.
Robert Garland, resident choreographer of the troupe, said they chose the music of Stevie Wonder because his music has a message.
Now, we need his music more than ever. It is very rare you hear artists now that address in full frontal fashion the things that are going on at the time. And I felt that Stevie Wonder's music was appropriate for this moment.
I mean, you listen to Higher Ground and you watch their performance, and it is just, it's moving because so much of it is still so relevant.
The music that was created during the 70s, post-civil rights, was music that was ready to address absolutely everything about what wasn't happening after the great work of Dr. King and his assassination.
The song Higher Ground was written in 1973, just a few years after the Civil Rights Movement. It was on Stevie Wonder's Inner Visions album, which featured tracks that addressed social injustice.
I think we're in that moment right now, too, with the Black Lives Matter movement. It is exactly the same tone, exactly the same politic, just 50 years later.
Lindsay Donnell, senior company member with the Dance Theatre of Harlem, says the recent social justice protests had an impact on her passion for dance, especially this upcoming performance.
Living through the pandemic and the Black Lives Matter movement, I think it's changed the way all of us approach the piece and feel about the significance of the work, and that it's so meaningful, and like to represent a time and bring that forward into today, kind of with the same message, I think is really special for our company.
Yeah.
Their trip to the Motor City has been several years in the making. It was pushed back indefinitely due to the pandemic.
I'm happy to return to Detroit in 2021 because actually this ballet was to have premiered in 2020 in March. But we had to go back to New York City and wait until this moment due to the pandemic.
But now that they're here, they say the wait built up anticipation, and the history in this building filled them with inspiration and purpose.
Just being here in Detroit, coming to the Motown Museum, I think is really going to continue to inform our performance in January.
It's good to see the dancers get an opportunity to interact with their history. We can't lift the museum up and take it to New York, so we brought the dancers to Detroit.
Robin Terry, CEO of the Motown Museum, says their presence, coupled with the legacy of legendary Motown artists, was momentous.
Having Robert Garland and these really talented dancers from the Dance Theatre of Harlem right here in Detroit, in the belly of Motown at Hitsville, USA, to not only be inspired, but to give inspiration. I mean, their dance was absolutely stunning. And for these young people to have an opportunity to be here in Detroit at the place where Stevie Wonder got his start, where he was inspired to greatness, for them to have that opportunity as they prepare to do their performance to Higher Ground was just something extra special.
After their performance preview, the dance troupe took a tour of the museum.
You are so empowering in your own right and through your dance and just your mere existence. I just want you to know the power you have.
While this performance is a chance to prepare to dazzle the crowd during the show to come,
of course, practice makes perfect.
Our preparation with Mr. Garland, we learned the steps, and then we continue to practice it, continue to fine-tune all the details.
They say dancing in the Motown Museum dazzled them as well and will be an inspiration when they take the stage.
The more that we learn about the history of Stevie Wonder himself and the Motown legacy, I think has just been really wonderful to like continue to add that and to make it more special, more personally meaningful, which I think will come out in our performances in January.